Why do we suffer? Hi, my name is Susie Porter, and I am a spiritual life coach, and I help people suffer less and create their happily ever after. Why do we suffer? Philosophers and deep thinkers have been asking these questions for centuries. Parents wonder why their kids suffer. Therapists try to help us not suffer, and religion has tried to solve this problem too. So, why do human beings suffer? In A Course in Miracles, Jesus says that God's will for us is perfect happiness. Seriously? Like, really? Kind of obvious that Jesus doesn't watch the news. Because we humans, we suffer a lot. Buddhism has many teachings on all the different kinds of suffering. If you want to study suffering, Buddha had a lot of thoughts about suffering. He was so moved by the pain and suffering around him that he gave up his wealth, his status, and he devoted his entire life to helping humans not suffer so much. Buddhism teaches the same thing that Jesus teaches when it comes to suffering, that it all begins here in our minds. Even David Bowie agrees, right? In his song, Fill Your Heart, he says, things that happen in the past only happen in your mind. So forget your mind and you'll be free. But how? How, Bowie? How, Jesus? How, Buddha? How can we forget our brains, right? We live inside our brains and our minds. How can we manage them? How? I don't know. I feel like most of us today just buffer and ignore our minds. Many people just drink, get high, go shopping, have sex, binge watch TV, do whatever it is to just not think. I'm not saying there's anything like really wrong or bad about those things, but what if you're trying to be conscious, awake, aware, alert, right? Alive, how can you be present like Eckhart Tolle and everyone else says, Ram Dass, be here now, if when you are here now, you're miserable because the thoughts in your mind are crazy, unhappy, fearful. Okay, everyone take a breath, starting with me. There are answers. Okay, they're simple, but maybe not easy. Jesus talks about the mind and our thoughts in chapter 2 of the text from the Course in Miracles. Course in Miracles, he says, the truth is that you are responsible for what you think. Oh, there's a news flash. Because it is only at this level that you can exercise choice. What you do comes from what you think. And then further down, he says, you are much too tolerant of mind wandering and are passively condoning your mind's miscreations. Whoa, what does that mean? It is simple, but it's not easy. It starts with noticing our thoughts, right? Whenever we have a judgmental or a cruel thought, an attack thought, a blame thought, that is a thought that's not okay. That is a thought that will lead to suffering. I know in my life I've experienced my mind can take one little thought, one little belief, one little feeling and chew on it, and it could make me suffer for weeks or months or even years. Never underestimate the power of that one little angry thought, right? Our responsibility is to watch our thoughts, even the smallest little judgmental thought. None of these thoughts will make us feel happy, and all of them will lead us to feeling bad about ourselves. This is one of the biggest lies and misconceptions of human thoughts. We might believe that if we put someone else down, blame or attack someone else, that it's going to make us feel better. But you know how often this works? Never, ever will it ever work, because we're all one. All minds are joined. When you attack another person, you're attacking yourself every time, 100% of the time. You will receive what you give. That is the law. It doesn't matter if you're an atheist, Catholic, Jewish, agnostic, Buddhist. It's just the law. It's cause and effect. It's not even moral or ethical. It's just the way that physics and energy works. You get what you give. You judge others, you're judging yourself. You can't escape that. It's a powerful force. And the way that we can control it is by becoming aware of our thoughts. Are we thinking an attack thought? If you are, if you catch yourself, you can stop, right? Take a pause. Notice your thought and stop. And in that moment, remind yourself, this isn't okay. I'm not going to allow my ego or my wounded inner child or my immature, emotionally spoiled brat or any of those parts of my psyche to run the show. I'm in charge. I'm deciding. It takes a lot of practice, more for some people than for others. For me, it's just a constant every day, all day, although it does get easier. So I've been practicing for a while now, but it gets easier, but it depends on the trigger, right? If you're very emotional, as I am, highly sensitive person, proud of it, uh, it's okay if you need time to calm down, right? That's fine. The key is to practice noticing and navigating our thoughts and our feelings. Sometimes journaling can really help. I'm thinking this and it's making me feel this. Is this how I want to continue to think and feel? Hell no. I want to be happy. I don't want to suffer anymore. And if I can choose happiness, if it's up to me, like Jesus and Buddha and everybody agrees, it's up to me. It's my brain. Only I can think my thoughts. I've got to do it, right? A Stoic philosopher named Seneca wrote, "We suffer more in our imagination than in reality." So if that's true, who's in charge of my imagination? Me. So today, I invite you, I dare you, to take care of your mind today. Notice your thoughts, especially notice any thoughts of attack, blame, or fear. If you want to be happy, if you want to suffer less, if you want to feel more free and less afraid, then notice what you're thinking and don't tolerate the thoughts that will create pain and suffering for yourself. Choosing love and forgiveness instead of fear and hate and blame is a habit. It's a choice. It's a decision you make. But you know what? When we buy into that angry, competitive, win lose, you or me paradigm, everyone loses, especially you, because there's no peace unless we have peace within our own thoughts. The real victory, if there's anything to win, is the war within our own mind between love and fear, peace and blame, chaos. How can we create a happy world? How can we be happy? Think happy thoughts. And that sounds so simplistic, but choose to think the thoughts that will create a happy mind and that will create happy emotions, that will create a happy life. How can we live in harmony if we keep justifying our attacks and keep blaming each other for the pain that we're creating in our minds? The correction of our fears is our responsibility. Let's stop tolerating mind wandering today. Let's not passively condone our mind's miscreations. Notice your thoughts and feelings and ask yourself, are these thoughts coming from love or fear? Are they coming from my higher self? Are they coming from the person I want to be? Or are they coming from the past? And are they perpetuating the person I don't want to be anymore? Are these thoughts creating peace or suffering? And always remember what that great enlightened master David Bowie said. Happiness is happening. The dragons have been bled. Gentleness is everywhere. Fear's just in your head. Only in your head. So forget your head, and you'll be free. Lovers never lose, 'cause they are free of thoughts unpure and of thoughts unkind. Gentleness clears the soul. Love cleans the mind and makes it free. I wish you freedom today. I wish you a clean, clear mind. And guess whose job it is to do that? You. Isn't that the good news? You're 100% responsible for your own mind. You have free will. You have a powerful brain. Use it well today. God bless you. Take good care of your mind, of your thoughts, every single thought. Remember, you can have a grievance or you can have a miracle, but you can't have both. You just can't. You can have love or you can have fear, but the two do not coexist. If you choose love, you'll be happy. If you choose fear, you're going to suffer. It's totally up to you. Take good care. God bless you today and every day.